The armed forces of the Russian Federation, commonly known as the Russian Armed Forces, are the military forces of the Russian Federation. They are divided into the ground forces, navy, and aerospace forces. There are also two independent arms of service: strategic missile troops and the airborne troops. Under the federal law of Russia, the Russian Armed Forces, along with the Federal Security Service, the Foreign Intelligence Service, civil defense form Russia's military services, and are under direct control of the Security Council of Russia. The Russian Armed Forces are one of the largest military forces in the world. As of 2021, the military comprised a little over 1 million active duty personnel, the fourth largest in the world. Additionally, there are around 2 million reservists, with the total number of reserve troops possibly being as high as 20 million. It is mandatory for all male citizens aged 18 to 27 to be drafted for a year of service in armed forces. The Russian Armed Forces are the world's second most powerful military, owning the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world. The military budget of the Russian Federation was $61.7 billion in the fourth highest in the world. It possesses the second largest fleet of ballistic missile submarines, and is one of the only 3 nations operating strategic bombers, with the world's most numerous tank force, the second most numerous air force and the third most numerous naval fleet. Armed forces under the Ministry of Defense are divided into. There are additionally 2 further, separate troop branches: the National Guard and the Border Service. These retain the legal status of armed forces, while falling outside of the jurisdiction of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation. The National Guard is formed on the basis of the former internal troops of Russia. The new structure has been detached from the Ministry of Internal Affairs into a separate agency, directly subordinated to the President of Russia. The Border Service is a paramilitary organization of the Federal Security Service, the country's main internal intelligence agency. Both organizations have significant wartime tasks in addition to their main peacetime activities, and operate their own land, air and maritime units. The number of personnel is specified by decree of the President of Russia. On the 1st of January 2008, a number of 2,019,629 units, including military of 1,134,800 units, was set. In 2010, the International Institute for Strategic Studies estimated that the Russian armed forces numbered about 1,027,000 active troops and in the region of 2,035,000 reserves, as opposed to personnel specified by decree. Actual personnel numbers on the payroll was reported by the Audit Chamber of Russia as 766,000 in October 2013. As of December 2016, the armed forces are at 93% of the required manpower, up from 82% reported in December 2013. According to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, between 2005 to 2009 and 2010 to 2014, Russian exports of major weapons increased by 37%. Russia spent $66.4 billion on arms in 2015, then $69.2 billion in 2016, having taken third place. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, share of modern weapons in the armed forces reached from 26 to 48% among different kinds of troops in December 2014. This was raised to 30.5 to 70.7% as of July 2015. The average was 70.1% over the end of 2020. The Soviet Union officially dissolved on the 25th of December 1991. For the next year, various attempts to keep its unity and to transform it into the military of the Commonwealth of Independent States failed. Over time, some units stationed in the newly independent republics swore loyalty to their new national governments, while a series of treaties between the newly independent states divided up the military's assets. Apart from assuming control of the bulk of the former Soviet internal troops and the KGB border troops, seemingly the only independent defense move the new Russian government made before March 1992 involved announcing the establishment of a National Guard. Until 1995, It was planned to form at least 11 brigades numbering 3,000 to 5,000 each, with a total of no more than 100,000. National Guard military units were to be deployed in 10 regions, including in Moscow, and a number of other important cities and regions. By the end of September 1991 in Moscow, the National Guard was about 15,000 strong, mostly consisting of former Soviet Armed Forces servicemen. In the end, President Yeltsin tabled a decree on the temporary position of the Russian Guard. But it was not put into practice. After signing the Bellevera Accords on the 21st of December 1991, the countries of the newly formed CIA signed a protocol on the temporary appointment of Marshal of Aviation Yevgeny Shaposhnikov as Minister of Defense and Commander of the Armed Forces in their territory, including strategic nuclear forces. On the 14th of February 1992, Shap.